Hey everyone, Micah here with Electrek, and today I'm coming to you from Newport Beach, California, from the headquarters of Electric Bike Company. Now we always hear about how all electric bicycles are made in China and nothing's actually made here in the US, but that's actually not true. As it turns out, all of Electric Bike Company's bikes are built right here in Newport Beach, California, and we're going to see how they do it.
Now, of course, I'm going to show you a behind-the-scenes look here at how Electric Bike Company builds its e-bikes in the US. But first, you need to have an idea of what kind of bikes we're talking about here. Electric Bike Company builds classic-looking beach cruisers with speeds up to 28 miles per hour and prices ranging from around $1,500 up to about $2,000. But these beach cruisers have specs well above similarly priced e-bikes. For example, we're talking about parts like 1250-watt peak motors and motorcycle-level 4-piston hydraulic disc brakes. And that's not just on their top-shelf e-bikes, they even put those high-spec parts on their entry-level models as well. So if you compare their entry-level e-bikes to some of the major US-based e-bike importers, you'll find that Electric Bike Company has the same price but much better components spread all over the bikes. They use heavy-duty puncture-resistant tires that they actually had custom-made. They use rust-resistant hardware on everything. They spec name-brand battery cells. They offer 5-year warranties on those batteries, 10-year warranties on the frame and the motors, etc, etc, etc. Look people, these are e-bikes that are simply a cut above what you're used to seeing in the industry. Alright, so those are the bikes. Now let's check out how they're made, because this is what really impresses me. These bikes are built in the California beach town of Newport Beach by locals who live there in the community, and you can really see the passion that each member of the team has for their work. The process starts with bare frames designed by Electric Bike Company that are either actually bare down to the aluminum so that they can be custom painted to the customer's color preference, or come in one of 3 standard colors of red, white, or black. From there, each bike is built by a single technician. There's no assembly line here. As Electric Bicycle Company's founder Sean Lupton-Smith explained to me, they see their e-bikes as very personal, and so they prefer to build them in a personal process, with one employee building the bike from start to finish. Each of the parts goes onto the bike in a process that generally takes around 2 to 3 hours per bike from start to finish. Employees follow a preset build list and ensure that each step is completed properly, that all parts are torqued to the proper spec, and that every bike that finishes the assembly process is 100% ready to go. As you can imagine, even though the bikes are built in the US, Electric Bike Company has an international supply chain. As many parts as possible are sourced from the US, such as the beautiful wooden fender and chain guard option that the company offers, and which is produced by a craftsman in Oregon, or the locally sourced custom paint colors that Electric Bike Company provides to its riders via an online customizer. However, parts like motors and batteries are still produced overseas. And while Electric Bike Company is working to bring more manufacturing processes in-house, they make as large an effort as possible to do as much work as possible in their own factory. For example, even though the motors are produced overseas, Electric Bike Company invested in wheel building and truing machines so that they could handle the delicate and intricate task of building and truing their own wheels locally to ensure that each wheel will last for years. That's a pretty important step when you offer a 10-year warranty. I was also amazed to see that they even build their own front wheels, the wheel that doesn't even have a motor in it. Obviously you can buy pre-laced wheels very cheaply from Asian suppliers, and to be honest, the front wheel on these bikes isn't really seeing that much stress since it doesn't have a motor in it. But a pre-built wheel isn't good enough for Electric Bike Company. Instead, they build all their wheels themselves to ensure that they have complete control over the quality of their wheels. And when it comes to batteries, even though the battery cells are fabricated and joined overseas, Electric Bike Company does all of the assembly of the packs into larger systems locally, including assembling many of their own battery cases and wiring in their own electronics, such as anti-theft devices, right into the batteries. While the company isn't yet big enough to justify investing in large injection molding machines, they are 3D printing their own battery enclosures for some of the models of e-bikes that they offer, which hide the battery in the front basket. For other bikes that use down-tube mounted batteries, they 3D print adapters to help the batteries seamlessly integrate into the curved frames. Along the build process, various accessories can be added to the bikes, and the employees in the front office often help customers over the phone with choosing the right accessories for their needs. Electrek Bike Company has their own accessories, and they also work with third-party companies through partnerships. For example, they were recently selected as the US distributor for MIK, or M-I-K, a Dutch company that creates these really cool universal rack mounts that allow pretty much any type of basket or box to be turned into a quick-release cargo box on a bicycle. Once the e-bikes are finished with the build process, they go to the inspection station, where inspectors go over each bike to verify the builder's work with a second set of eyes and hands. These multiple steps of quality control help ensure that customers receive exactly what they ordered and that bikes are always in proper order without any factory defects. Before shipping, every bike is test ridden by the inspection team to verify that everything is performing correctly. Once each bike gets a final sign-off, it moves to packaging. The packaging step was one of the first ways that Electrek Bike Company impressed me last year when I received their bike for review. It was without a doubt the best packaged e-bike I have ever seen. They load the bikes into a huge box in completely assembled form. Customers don't have to do any assembly other than turning the handlebars straight. The bike is ready to ride right out of the box. They've even designed their own custom-cut foam to keep the bikes perfectly held and protected from accidental damage during shipping. If you've ever dealt with receiving and assembling an e-bike from other direct-to-consumer companies, you'll appreciate how much nicer it is to receive a fully assembled and properly packaged e-bike. The amount of effort that Electrek Bike Company puts into their operation simply amazes me. You can really see how dedicated the team is. Everyone has a job, and everyone really cares about what they do. The marketing team even maintains a constant schedule of creating and uploading YouTube videos on various topics, such as demonstrating features of their bikes and showing off new accessories that the company has added. And as someone who has dedicated a not inconsequential amount of my life to making YouTube videos, I can appreciate the effort that goes into that. The other thing that impressed me about Electrek Bike Company is the rate that the company has continued to innovate. For example, after going through quality tires such as Maxxis, Continental, and Schwabe, they eventually took the best parts of all of them and produced their own custom tire that had better puncture protection, thicker rubber, lasted longer, and was actually officially certified for e-bike speeds of up to 30 miles an hour or 50 kilometers per hour. They've even developed their own electric bicycle conversion kit, which is actually really neat. They house their proprietary battery, controller, and anti-theft alarm system in a box that wraps around the seat tube of a bike and uses this cool clamping system to lock to the bike. You get their high-power motor and their proprietary power system, yet the whole thing costs just around $600 instead of the $1,500 to $2,000 of their full e-bikes, meaning you can build your own electric bike on a budget but still get the quality parts that Electrek Bike Company uses. Alright, so I've harped on this long enough. You get the point. These guys are a team of passionate, dedicated e-bike builders that are creating quality, locally made e-bikes with impressive specs and components for affordable prices. And I find that pretty darn awesome.
Thanks for watching, everyone. We hope you enjoyed that tour of the Electrek Bike Company's headquarters here in Newport Beach. If you want to check out their bikes, head to electrekbikecompany.com. If you enjoyed this video, we hope you'll give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe so you can check out all of Electrek's electric vehicle videos. We'll see you here next time.